Every morning when you wake up, you are presented with a choice. The world hasn't changed overnight. The challenges remain, the doubts linger, but what has changed is you. And that choice is simple, yet profound. How will you face this day? Will you let the noise of fear, uncertainty, and hesitation dictate your actions? Or will you stand tall, breathe deeply, and say to yourself, I am going to win? Repeating this phrase every day is not just about motivation. It is about declaring your commitment to yourself, to your purpose, to the life you want to build. When you say, I am going to win, you are not simply wishing for victory. You are planting a seed in your mind, a seed that grows stronger every time you water it with intention and belief. And over time, that seed becomes a tree that cannot be ignored, a force that compels you to act, to move, to rise, even when the odds are stacked against you. But let's be honest, winning is not always easy. Life is not fair, and sometimes it feels like the world is moving against you. Opportunities are scarce, people doubt you, and failure seems inevitable. The truth is, these moments will always come. The difference between those who win and those who do not is not luck. It is the commitment to keep showing up, to keep saying, I am going to win, even when no one is watching, even when the results are not immediate, and even when it feels like everything is against you. When you repeat this phrase daily, something remarkable begins to happen. Your brain starts to see possibility instead of limitation. Your mind stops being your enemy and becomes your ally. The small actions that once felt inconsequential, making that call, sending that email, practicing that skill, suddenly feel significant. They add up. Each step is progress. Each effort is proof that you are moving towards your own version of victory. The power of saying, I am going to win, is that it forces clarity. It forces you to look at your life and ask, what does winning look like for me? Is it about money, recognition, or status? Or is it about waking up each day with purpose? About knowing that the work you do matters, that the impact you make is real? When you define your own victory, you take control of your life. You stop chasing someone else's version of success and start living in alignment with your own values. And make no mistake, winning does not mean perfection. It does not mean avoiding failure. It does not mean that every day will go according to plan. Winning means showing up even when you feel unprepared. It means learning when you fail, adjusting when you fall, and continuing to move forward with courage. Each setback becomes feedback. Each disappointment becomes a lesson. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to grow stronger and more resilient. Think about the people you admire most. They are not extraordinary because life was easy for them. They are extraordinary because they refused to surrender to the obstacles, because they looked at every challenge and said, this is not the end, this is a step, this is a lesson. I am going to win. And that mindset, that unwavering belief in their own potential, is what allowed them to achieve what others thought impossible. The most important thing is this: winning begins with consistency. It begins with repetition. It begins with making a promise to yourself and keeping it every single day. You may not see the results immediately. You may feel like your efforts are invisible, but the truth is, every action you take compounds over time. Every time you repeat, I am going to win, you strengthen your resolve. Every time you choose action over inaction, you build momentum. And momentum, once it starts, is unstoppable. It is also important to remember that winning is not a solitary journey. The energy you carry, the belief you embody, has a ripple effect. When you commit to your own victory, you inspire others to do the same. Your confidence, your discipline, your courage, it becomes contagious. People around you notice it, whether you say a word or not. They see that you refuse to settle for mediocrity, that you refuse to give up, and they are inspired to raise their own standards, to chase their own victories. Every day, as you look in the mirror, remember that your words have power. I am going to win is not just a phrase. It is a statement of intent. It is a declaration of self-belief. It is a commitment to your growth, your purpose, and your potential. Say it with conviction. Say it with clarity, and say it with the knowledge that the only person standing between you and the life you want is the version of yourself who doubts, hesitates, and quits too soon. And here's the beautiful part. No one can stop you from winning unless you allow it. The world will always challenge you. Circumstances will test you, people will doubt you, but none of that matters if you refuse to give in. Winning is a choice, it is a practice, it is a daily act of courage. And when you commit to it fully, when you repeat it every morning and let it guide your actions, you create a force within yourself that is greater than any obstacle, louder than any doubt, and more powerful than any fear. So today, make this your promise. Repeat this every day. Look yourself in the eyes and say, I am going to win. Let it shape your decisions. Let it guide your actions. Let it remind you that victory is not a destination, but a way of life. Understand that winning is not about being better than someone else. It is about being the best version of yourself every single day in every single moment. And remember, the journey of winning is not measured by the trophies, accolades, or recognition you receive. It is measured by the courage you show when no one is watching, the persistence you display when success is not guaranteed, and the faith you maintain in yourself when the world doubts you. Winning is a habit, a mindset, a commitment to refuse complacency and embrace the life you were meant to live. So, start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect opportunity. The moment is now. The conditions are what you make of them, and the opportunity is in your hands. Repeat it, believe it, live it. I am going to win. Every morning, every challenge, every setback, every success. This is not a mantra, it is your path. This is not just a statement, it is your destiny. And when you live your life with this unwavering commitment, you will discover something remarkable, that winning was never about the outcome alone. Winning was about the courage to show up, the discipline to act, and the belief to continue no matter what. Winning was about becoming the person you were always meant to be. And when you reach the end of your journey, you will look back and realize that the victories you achieved were not just moments, they were a reflection of the relentless daily choice to believe in yourself and to repeat every day, I am going to win. Every morning, you have a choice. Before the alarm even sounds, before the world demands anything from you, before you open your eyes to the endless list of tasks, responsibilities, and distractions, there is a quiet moment. And in that moment, you can decide who you are going to be today. You can decide the story you are going to tell yourself. You can choose to whisper or shout to your own soul, I am going to win. Repeating this phrase is not a simple act of positivity. It is a radical declaration of your intent. It is a promise to yourself that no matter what life throws at you, you are committed to moving forward, to acting with courage, and to refusing to accept anything less than your best. It is the difference between living passively and living deliberately. It is the difference between surviving each day and truly winning each day. Think about what it means to win. Winning is not always about the accolades, the applause, or the recognition from others. Winning is about showing up consistently, about choosing effort over comfort, and about believing in yourself when no one else does. Winning is about setting a standard for your own life and refusing to compromise on it. When you repeat, I'm going to win, you are not just saying it, you are living it, breathing it, embodying it in every action you take, no matter how small. The world will challenge you. Opportunities will be scarce. People will doubt you. Life will be messy, unfair, and unpredictable. And that is exactly why repeating this phrase matters. Because the moment you say, I am going to win, you begin to see obstacles not as barriers, but as signals. You begin to see setbacks not as failures, but as feedback. You begin to see challenges not as reasons to quit, but as invitations to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Every time you affirm this, you are training your mind to look for possibility rather than limitation. Winning begins with clarity. When you say, I am going to win, you force yourself to define what winning truly means to you. It is not enough to borrow someone else's definition of success. It is not enough to chase after what the world says matters. Your victory must be your own. Is it about making a difference? Is it about mastering a craft? Is it about creating a life that inspires others? Whatever it is, clarity allows you to align your actions with your purpose. It allows you to focus, to prioritize, and to dedicate your energy to what truly matters. Consistency is where the real power lies. One day of effort is not enough. One speech, one motivational quote, or one moment of inspiration cannot carry you to victory. It is the repetition, the daily act of showing up and committing to yourself that compounds into something unstoppable. Every time you say, I am going to win, and then take one small action toward your goal, you are building momentum. Momentum that will carry you through doubt, through exhaustion, through fear, and eventually, that momentum will make winning inevitable. Do not fear failure. Every person who has achieved extraordinary things has failed countless times. They failed publicly, privately, in ways that left them questioning themselves, questioning their worth, questioning whether they could continue. But each time they failed, they got up. They repeated their affirmation. They said, I am going to win, and they acted. They understood that winning was not about never falling. It was about the courage to rise again, stronger, smarter, and more determined. You must also understand that winning is contagious. The energy you carry, the belief you hold, the discipline you demonstrate, these things influence everyone around you. When you commit to your own victory, you inspire others to do the same. You show them that they too can rise above fear, overcome doubt, and take control of their own lives. Leadership is not a title, it is a practice. And one of the most powerful ways to lead is to demonstrate unwavering belief in yourself. When you repeat, I am going to win every day, you are silently teaching others to do the same. Your words have extraordinary power. They are not empty or meaningless. They shape your identity, your decisions, and your reality. When you look in the mirror and say, I am going to win, you are telling your subconscious mind that failure is not an option, that giving up is not permitted, and that you are fully capable of achieving what you set out to do. These words are more than motivation. They are a commitment. They are a daily contract with yourself that cannot be broken without consequence. And here is the truth. Winning is not about being better than someone else. It is about being the best version of yourself. It is about pushing beyond your comfort zone, embracing the uncertainty, and walking boldly into the life you were meant to live. When you commit to winning daily, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop measuring your progress by external standards. You focus on your journey, your growth, and your impact. You realize that victory is personal and it is yours to claim. The journey of winning will test you. It will test your patience, your perseverance, and your belief in yourself. There will be moments when it feels impossible. There will be days when everything seems to go wrong. But remember this, the very act of repeating, I am going to win, is what gives you the strength to endure. It reminds you that your mindset matters more than your circumstances. It reminds you that success is not dictated by luck or ease, but by courage, consistency, and commitment. So start today, not tomorrow, not when conditions are perfect, not when the stars align. Today, look yourself in the eyes and say, I am going to win. Let it guide your choice, your actions, and your interactions. Let it remind you that every small step, every effort, every moment of persistence is moving you closer to the life you envision. And let it remind you that your potential is far greater than you have ever allowed yourself to believe. Winning is a mindset. Winning is a habit. Winning is a declaration, and it is available to you every single day. When you live with this commitment, you will find that obstacles lose their power. Fear loses its grip. Doubt loses its voice. You become unstoppable not because life has changed, but because you have changed. You have embraced your purpose. You have chosen action over hesitation. You have chosen belief over doubt. And at the end of your journey, when you look back, you will not measure your life by the moments of triumph alone. You will measure it by the courage you showed, the consistency you maintained, and the belief you refused to abandon. You will realize that winning was never just about the outcome. It was about the commitment to yourself, the daily choice to rise, and the relentless pursuit of becoming who you were always meant to be. So every morning, before the world tells you what you can or cannot do, repeat it with intention. Repeat it with conviction. Repeat it as if your life depends on it. I am going to win. Let it shape your day. Let it shape your mindset, and let it shape your destiny. Do this every day, and over time, you will discover a remarkable truth. Winning was never something to be achieved. It was something to be lived. It was never a destination. It was always the journey. And that journey begins and ends with the unwavering belief that you are capable, ready, and you are going to win. Every morning, Before the world wakes up, before the emails, the calls, the noise, there is a quiet moment. A moment where your day has not yet been written. And in that moment, you have a choice. You can choose to let the circumstances dictate who you are, or you can choose to dictate who you are to the circumstances. You can choose to whisper or shout inside your own mind, I am going to win. Say it slowly. Say it with conviction. Say it until your heart believes it. Because the words you speak in that quiet moment will echo through every decision you make today. Repeating this phrase is more than just a morning ritual. It is a declaration of intent. It is a contract with yourself that says you will no longer allow doubt, fear, or hesitation to determine the outcome of your life. It is an acknowledgement that winning is not a gift. It is a choice, a daily conscious choice to rise, to act, and to persevere, even when the world seems designed to hold you back. Every time you affirm, I am going to win, you are laying the foundation for a mindset that cannot be shaken, for a life that refuses to settle for mediocrity. Winning is not about perfection. It is not about never failing. It is not about avoiding mistakes. Winning is about showing up consistently. Winning is about persistence when the odds are against you. Winning is about believing in yourself when no one else does. And every day that you repeat your affirmation, you are strengthening the muscle of belief. You are training your mind to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. You are teaching yourself to see opportunity in obstacles, clarity in chaos, and potential in uncertainty. Consider for a moment the people who inspire you, the ones who seem to rise above every challenge effortlessly. They are not extraordinary because life gave them easy paths. They are extraordinary because they refuse to be defined by their setbacks. They refused to surrender when the first, the second, or even the 100th failure arrived, and every time they picked themselves up and repeated their commitment to win, they were reshaping their destiny. The same power exists within you. The same possibility exists for you every single day when you say, I am going to win. You are not just affirming an outcome, you are embracing a process. Winning begins with clarity. You must know what victory means to you. Is it achieving a professional milestone? Is it building a life of impact? Is it becoming the person you know you are capable of being? Until you define it for yourself, your energy will scatter, your focus will falter, and your actions will lack direction. Clarity is the compass that transforms intention into results. And repeating this phrase daily keeps that compass pointing true north. But clarity alone is not enough. Consistency is where transformation happens. One day of inspiration cannot change a life. One speech, one quote, one burst of motivation cannot carry you forward when challenges arise. It is the daily repetition, the unglamorous, sometimes tedious act of showing up that builds momentum. Every time you say, I am going to win, and then take a deliberate step toward your goal, you are compounding your efforts. Momentum is what allows you to push through fatigue, distraction, and doubt. Momentum is what turns small actions into massive outcomes over time. Failure will come. It is inevitable. But it is not fatal. The person who wins is the person who sees failure as a teacher, not an enemy. Every mistake reveals a lesson. Every obstacle reveals an opportunity. Every setback is feedback. When you repeat your affirmation, I am going to win, you are telling yourself that failure is not a verdict. It is a stepping stone. You are training your mind to respond to adversity with courage rather than retreat, with curiosity rather than despair. And with each repetition, each rise after a fall, each recommitment, you are becoming unstoppable. Winning also has a ripple effect. The energy you carry, the belief you embody, influences everyone around you. Your commitment to yourself inspires others to commit to themselves. Your courage, your consistency, your refusal to quit, it is contagious. You become a silent leader. You teach without words. You demonstrate that life is not about luck, timing, or circumstances. It is about choice, discipline, and belief. When you repeat, I am going to win, you are not just changing your life. You are changing the environment, the culture, the mindset of those who watch you. Your words shape reality. They are not empty or meaningless. When you look in the mirror and declare, I am going to win, you are telling your subconscious mind that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you are ready. These words are a shield against doubt and a beacon of hope. They remind you that the only real barrier between where you are and where you want to be is the version of yourself that hesitates, procrastinates, or questions its worth. Repeat it, reinforce it, and live it through your actions. And let's be clear, winning is personal. It is not about being better than someone else. It is about being better than the version of yourself who gave up yesterday, who let fear dominate, who failed to act. Winning is about setting a standard for your life and refusing to compromise it. When you embrace this mindset, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop chasing what everyone else values. You focus on your journey, your growth, and your impact. Winning becomes about alignment, not competition. The journey will test you. It will test your patience, your discipline, your courage. There will be moments when it feels impossible, when giving up seems easier than continuing. But those moments are exactly why you must repeat your affirmation, because the act of saying, "I am going to win," is an act of defiance against every voice that tells you otherwise. It is a declaration that your mindset matters more than circumstances, that your choices matter more than obstacles, that your belief is stronger than fear. Start today, not tomorrow, not when conditions are perfect. Today, look yourself in the eyes and say it as if your life depends on it. "I am going to win." Let it guide every decision, every action, every thought. Let it remind you that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward your victory. Let it remind you that your potential is far greater than you have ever allowed yourself to believe. Winning is not a destination. It is a mindset. It is a practice. It is a habit cultivated through repetition, courage, and consistency. Every day that you repeat your commitment, you are transforming your life. You are teaching your mind to set opportunity where others see obstacle. You are teaching your heart to trust yourself when the world doubts you. You are teaching your spirit to persist when circumstances are unforgiving. And in time, you will realize that winning was never about the trophies, the titles, or the applause. It was about the person you became along the way. So repeat it every morning, every challenge, every doubt, every success. Look yourself in the mirror and say, "I am going to win." Say it until your mind believes it. Say it until your actions align with it. Say it until it becomes the rhythm of your life. And as you do, you will discover a truth more powerful than anything else. Winning was never something you chased. Winning was always something you became. Every day when you wake up, you are handed a choice. The world is full of noise, distraction, doubt, and endless reasons to give up before you even begin. And yet, in the quiet of that first moment, the moment before the phone buzzes, before emails demand your attention, before anyone else tells you what you can or cannot do, you have the power to decide. You can decide to be passive, to drift through the day, letting life happen to you. Or you can choose to stand up, look yourself in the eye, and say with unshakable conviction, "I am going to win." Repeating this phrase every day is not just a habit. It is a revolution. It is a daily decision to take ownership of your life, your actions, and your mindset. It is a reminder that the only real limitations in your life are the ones you accept. When you say, "I am going to win," you are no longer waiting for permission. You are no longer waiting for opportunity. You are creating both with your belief, your focus, and your relentless commitment to act. Winning is not an event. It is a process. It is the result of showing up day after day, of choosing courage over comfort, action over hesitation, and growth over stagnation. Winning is not about never failing. It is about refusing to quit when you do fail. Every setback, every challenge, every disappointment is not the end. It is the test that prepares you for your next victory. And every time you repeat your affirmation, "I am going to win," you are training your mind to see these challenges not as barriers, but as opportunities to learn, to adapt, and to rise stronger. Imagine for a moment the people you admire most, the ones who seem unstoppable, the ones whose results inspire awe. None of them succeeded by accident. None of them had life hand them victory on a silver platter. They succeeded because they showed up consistently. They persevered when everything inside them wanted to quit. They believed in themselves even when no one else did. And each of them repeated a commitment to themselves every single day. They were going to win, no matter what. That same power exists within you. That same potential is waiting for you to claim it. When you repeat, I am going to win, you are not only committing to an outcome, you are committing to a mindset. You are committing to clarity. Are deciding what victory looks like for you, not for someone else. Is it mastering a skill, creating a legacy, building meaningful relationships, or leaving the world a little better than you found it? Defining your victory gives direction to your actions. It turns random effort into purposeful momentum. And when you combine clarity with consistency, the world around you begins to shift. Doors open, opportunities appear. Challenges are no longer intimidating, they are invitations. But understand this: consistency is often boring. It is repetitive. It is invisible work done in the shadows when no one is watching. And yet, this is where winners are forged. One day of motivation is not enough. One burst of inspiration will not carry you across the finish line. It is the small actions repeated daily. The choice is to show up even when tired, to act even when uncertain, and to persevere even when discouraged, that compound into results that seem miraculous only in hindsight. Every repetition of I am going to win is a brick in the foundation of your future. Failure will come and it will feel personal. The world will doubt you, people will dismiss you, circumstances will seem unfair. But none of that matters when you have made the decision to win. Each failure is a lesson. Each obstacle is a signpost. Each setback is a moment to recommit to your own potential. The person who wins does not avoid failure, they embrace it. They rise every time they fall. They adjust their approach, sharpen their skills, and keep repeating their affirmation until belief becomes action and action becomes results. Winning is contagious. The energy you carry when you commit to your own success inspires those around you. When you refuse to settle, when you refuse to compromise, when you rise in the face of doubt, others take notice. They see what is possible, and they are encouraged to raise their own standards. Leadership is not about titles or positions. It is about example. And the simplest, most powerful example you can set is unwavering belief in your own potential. When you repeat, I am going to win every day, you are not only transforming your life, you are silently transforming the lives of those around you. Words are powerful. Your words shape your reality. When you look in the mirror and declare, I am going to win, you are telling your mind that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you are ready. These words are more than motivation. They are a commitment. They are a reminder that the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is the version of yourself that doubts, hesitates, or gives up too soon. Repeat it until it resonates. Repeat it until it drives your actions. Repeat it until it becomes the rhythm of your life. Winning is personal. It is not about being better than anyone else. It is about being better than the person you were yesterday. It is about rising above your own limitations, embracing your potential, and refusing to settle for less than your best. When you focus on your journey rather than comparing yourself to others, you find freedom, you find clarity, you find purpose. Winning becomes not a destination, but a way of life, a standard you live by, and a commitment you honor every day. The journey will test you. It will push you to your limits. There will be moments when it feels impossible, when giving up seems easier than continuing. But those moments are why repetition matters. Saying, I am going to win, even when everything inside you wants to quit, trains your mind, your heart, and your spirit to persist. It transforms fear into fuel, doubt into determination, and hesitation into action. It reminds you that the power to win has always existed inside you. It was waiting for your commitment. Start today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Look yourself in the eyes and say it as if your life depends on it. I am going to win. Let it guide every choice, every action, every thought. Let it remind you that every small step forward, no matter how insignificant it seems, is progress toward your victory. Let it remind you that your potential is far greater than you have ever allowed yourself to believe. Winning is not about luck. It is not about timing. It is about mindset, consistency, and relentless commitment. Every day you repeat this affirmation, you are transforming your brain, your behavior, and your life. You are creating momentum. You are becoming someone who refuses to quit. You are becoming someone who embraces challenges, learns from failure, and persists against all odds. You are becoming unstoppable. And when you look back, you will realize that winning was never about the trophies, the accolades, or the recognition. Winning was about the courage you showed, the discipline you maintained, and the belief you refused to abandon. Winning was about becoming the person you were always meant to be. And that journey begins and ends with the simple, powerful daily choice to say, I am going to win, and to live in alignment with those words every single day. Every day, the world will try to tell you who you are. It will tell you what you cannot do, what you are not capable of, and what your limitations are. And if you listen even for a moment, it will shape your reality. But here is the truth. No one gets to decide your worth, your ability, or your potential except you. Eve, by morning, before the noise, before the distractions, before anyone else has a chance to define your day, you have a choice. You can choose to believe in doubt, or you can choose to declare, I am going to win. Say it with conviction, say it with courage, say it until it echoes in every fiber of your being, because this simple phrase is more than words. It is a declaration of power, purpose, and possibility. Repeating this every day is not about pretending life is easy or ignoring the obstacles. It is about creating a mindset that refuses to surrender, a mindset that sees every challenge as a stepping stone rather than a wall, a mindset that transforms fear into fuel and hesitation into action. When you say, I am going to win, you are not wishing for luck. You are committing to resilience. You are telling yourself that setbacks are temporary, failures are lessons, and your potential is unlimited. Winning is not a single moment. It is not a trophy, a title, or a public recognition. Winning is the collection of small choices made consistently, the silent victories won when no one is watching, the courage to take one more step when your mind tells you to stop. Winning is showing up day after day, choosing effort over comfort, action over doubt, and persistence over surrender. And every time you repeat this affirmation, you are strengthening the habit of winning, training your mind and heart to align with your purpose, and creating momentum that cannot be stopped. Think about the people who inspire you. They are not extraordinary because life was easier for them. They are extraordinary because they refused to accept the story life tried to write for them. They faced fail, rejection, disappointment, and doubt. They stumbled, they fell, and they were tested. But each time they rose. Each time they recommitted, each time they repeated their own declaration of belief, they became stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. The same strength exists within you. The same opportunity to rise exists within you. And the first step is simple. Say it, believe it, and live it every single day. When you repeat, I am going to win, you are not just affirming a desire, you are creating clarity. You are defining what victory means to you. Is it mastering a skill? Is it building a legacy? Is it making an impact that outlasts you? Until you define it, your energy will scatter, your focus will waver, and your efforts will feel meaningless. Defining your own victory gives direction to your actions. It transforms your decisions from random moves into deliberate steps toward purpose. And when clarity meets consistent action, the impossible begins to feel inevitable. Consistency is the secret. One day of motivation is not enough. One viral speech, one powerful quote, one surge of energy will not create lasting change. It is the daily choice, the act of showing up, working, learning, improving, and persisting that compounds into transformation. Every time you affirm, I am going to win, and take one step aligned with that statement, you are building momentum. Momentum that carries you through doubt, through fear, and through challenges that once seemed insurmountable. Momentum that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results over time. Failure will come and it will feel personal. Life will knock you down. People will doubt you. Circumstances will challenge you. But failure is not a verdict. It is feedback. Every obstacle is a lesson disguised as adversity. Every setback is an invitation to grow, to adapt, to become better and stronger. The person who wins does not avoid failure. They embrace it. They learn from it. They rise from it, and they use it as fuel for the next victory. Every time you repeat your affirmation, you are telling yourself that failure is temporary, but your potential is permanent. Winning is also contagious. When you commit to yourself, when you demonstrate courage, resilience, and persistence, you inspire everyone around you. People notice energy. People notice belief. People notice action. Leadership is not about titles or recognition. It is about example. By repeating your commitment to win, you silently teach others that they too can rise above doubt, embrace challenges, and live with purpose. One person's belief in themselves can spark an entire community of courage, commitment, and growth. Your words are powerful. The simple act of saying, I am going to win, reshapes your mindset, your choices, and your reality. It is not empty motivation. It is a declaration that your life is in your control. The only person standing between where you are and where you want to be is the version of yourself who hesitates, doubts, or gives up too soon. Repeat it. Believe it. Live it. Make it the rhythm of your day, the compass for your decisions, and the fuel for your actions. Winning is deeply personal. It is not about being better than anyone else. It is about being better than the person you were yesterday. It is about pushing past your fears, embracing your potential, and refusing to settle for mediocrity. Comparison is the enemy of growth. Focus on your own journey, define your victory, commit to your purpose, and let every choice, every effort, every repetition of your affirmation propel you toward it. The journey will test you. It will push you to your limits. It will demand courage when you feel weak, persistence when you feel tired, and belief when you feel defeated. And those moments are exactly why repetition matters. Saying, I am going to win, even when the odds are against you, even when your confidence wavers, even when the world doubts you, trains your mind, your heart, and your spirit to persist. It transforms fear into fuel, doubt into determination, and hesitation into action. It reminds you that the power to win has always existed inside you. It was waiting for your commitment. Start today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today, look yourself in the eyes and declare, I am going to win. Let it guide every decision, every thought, every action. Let it remind you that every small step forward, no matter how insignificant it feels, is progress toward your victory. Let it remind you that your potential is far greater than you have ever allowed yourself to believe. Let it remind you that victory is not a destination. It is a way of life. Winning is not about luck, timing, or circumstance. It is about mindset, courage, and commitment. Every day that you repeat this affirmation, you are reshaping your life. You are training yourself to act with clarity, resilience, and purpose. You are creating momentum that cannot be stopped. You are becoming someone who refuses to quit, who rises in the face of doubt, and who turns challenges into opportunities. You are becoming unstoppable. And when you look back, you will realize that winning was never about the trophies, the accolades, or the applause. It was about the courage you displayed, the persistence you maintained, and the belief you refused to abandon. Winning was about becoming the person you were always meant to be. And that journey begins and ends with the simple, powerful, daily choice to repeat to yourself, I am going to win. Say it, live it, own it, every day. As we come to the close of this message, I want you to pause for a moment and truly reflect on the power you hold. Every day, you have the ability to define who you are, to shape your actions, and to decide the trajectory of your life. The phrase, I am going to win, is not just a statement. It is a daily commitment, a promise you make to yourself to act with courage, clarity, and consistency. It is a declaration that no obstacle, no failure, no voice of doubt, and no circumstance has the authority to dictate your destiny. By repeating it every day, you are reminding yourself that winning begins within, in the choices you make, the mindset you cultivate, and the resilience you display. Winning is not measured by accolades or recognition. It is measured by persistence, by the courage to rise every time life knocks you down, and by the unwavering belief in your own potential. Every setback is not a signal to stop. It is a signal to grow, to adjust, and to press forward. Every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen your resolve, and every day that you choose to repeat, I am going to win, you are building momentum that compounds into results far greater than a single act of effort could achieve. You are not merely wishing for success. You are intentionally creating it through repetition, focus, and deliberate action. Remember that winning is deeply personal. It is not about comparing yourself to others or measuring your progress against external standards. It is about being better than the person you were yesterday. It is about rising above fear, doubt, and limitation. It is about aligning your actions with your purpose, your values, and your vision for the life you are determined to lead. When you embrace this mindset, you stop chasing someone else's definition of success and begin living your own. You stop letting circumstances control you and start controlling your circumstances. The power of repeating, I am going to win, is that it transforms your mind, your heart, and your behavior. It creates a rhythm of confidence and action. It trains your brain to look for opportunities rather than limitations. It turns challenges into lessons and setbacks into stepping stones. And as you maintain this practice daily, you will notice something extraordinary. Your mindset begins to shape your reality. Your belief begins to shape your actions. Your actions begin to shape your outcomes. You will realize that the only true barrier between you and your goals was the belief you allowed to limit yourself. So start now, today. Look in the mirror and say it with conviction. I am going to win. Repeat it in your mind with every challenge, every decision, every opportunity. Let it guide your actions, fuel your persistence, and inspire those around you. Understand that winning is not a destination, it is a journey of courage, consistency, and belief. And when you embrace it fully, you will discover that winning was never just about the outcome. It was about becoming the person you were always meant to be. Commit to this, live it daily, own it. And as you do, you will find that life stops being something that happens to you and starts being something you shape, create, and conquer. Winning is within your hands. It always has been. And every day that you say, I am going to win, you are choosing to claim it,